Hello Capricorn, welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. If you are new or if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I know without you my channel wouldn't be a channel. So thank you all. For those of you who are new and don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing a series, an action adventure called Perception, the Two Yet One, book one here. I've read aloud live on Facebook, and I've uploaded all of those here to YouTube for you to enjoy for free. Book two is already published and available. All the links that you need for my books are in the description box below. Also, if you would like a personal reading, the information to contact me is also in the description box. Okay, so welcome back everyone. Just a quick explanation about what I'm doing. This is the Mother Speaks Tarot, the channel. The Sacred Feminine asked me to create this channel to give her a platform for her voice to be heard. She gave me the name and everything. So, and that's because the feminine has been ignored for years, thousands of years. I didn't even know she existed when I was a kid. I was raised Catholic, so anyway. So last month was Mother's Day, and we, of course, celebrated the mother all month long. And to do that, we received our messages from different mother energies. And so this month, since yesterday was Father's Day, happy Father's Day to all of you who, I'm sorry, pardon me. Happy Father's Day to all of you who feel the father role, okay? So what we're doing is the exact same thing. We're celebrating the father energy all month long, and to do that we are going to get our messages from different father energies. So the first week we got our messages from Jesus, the second week from Thoth, which was last week. This week we are receiving our messages from Father Nature. That's what I'm going to be calling him, Father Nature. We have different representations of him here. We have Green Man, okay? Retreat into nature. Green Man, isn't he cute? I used to make jewelry, and I made these Green Man bracelets that I really love. I have enough stuff for one more. I think I'll make it for myself. And then here we have Cernunnos, okay? He is the life force. He is like Father Nature. So I really like this picture of him. I think he's very handsome. And he looks nice, sweet. Okay, so let's just put these guys back here. There. Okay, so we're going to be using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone and Marilla Allwood here. This is based on the Enchanted Forests of the UK. As you know, Green Man and Cernunnos are also from the UK as well. So I feel like this goes very well together. It's about nature. You know, this has a lot of fairy tales. It mentions fairy tales that these enchanted forests used to inspire. If I need to clarify, I'll use my tiny writer deck here. And at the end, I'm going to pull at least 2 cards from the Earth Magic deck by Stephen Farmer. And I have a couple of oracles for the Earth, but this was done by a man. So, you know, whether he sees himself as a masculine or not, that's why I chose it for Masculine Week. I'm going to be reading from the book. The last time I used these, I pulled a bunch of them, and they made like a sentence, and I was reading them very intuitively. I'm going to do that too, apparently, because that's what happened in the first reading. But I'm still going to go ahead and read their, read the book, their section in the book. Okay? Now, as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will, and major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. That is the plan that you wrote for your life before you incarnated, so that you would encounter and hopefully learn certain poignant lessons of life that, when learned, raise the vibration and wisdom encoded in your soul. The free will can make it possible to lower in vibration in a lifetime, but if you can manage to rise in vibration lifetime after lifetime, you can eventually get to a place that we call enlightened, like Jesus, Isis, Thoth, everybody, we know that those people affect a great deal of positive change on the planet. So when I'm looking at your major arcana cards, it's kind of like looking at fate, but not really, because of the free will. Now, there are times that we write things into our life that we can't change no matter what. And we wrote it that way. And those times are indicated to me by the Wheel of Fortune card, which you don't have. Okay, so let's get started here. Right here at the heart of everything for you, Capricorn, we have the Lovers in the reverse. Okay, this is the card of Gemini. I'll just show it to you how it looks. What a loving card this is. I just feel like as I was laying out these cards, I just feel like this is love. This is about love. You know, this is a partnership, but this is also a twin flame card, because look at how they're equals. I feel like you were involved in a relationship that you thought was solid. You got a lot of peace from it when it was new or during it at a time. You may have both felt like equals. You may have thought this was your twin flame. But it's in the reverse, and I just feel like there's separation involved here. Now, when a card like this is upside down, in other decks it'll have what's called a reversed meaning. Like the card means love or partnership. Sometimes this is a choice. But the other cards that you've gotten here, I'm just like, this is a separation. There may be one or two of you where an important relationship is beginning to manifest. However, because of this other card over here, well, let's just keep going and we'll see what we get here. But I just feel like you just broke up with someone, or you are now currently separated from someone that you really, that you loved, and may have even been married to. This is the energy that is crossing it. I feel like there has been a lot of communication, a lot of passionate communication here. This is the Eight of Spells. This is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and this is all about fast movement, about communication, and this in particular is about the owls. Okay, so in this particular deck, the reason the owls are on here is because they will only deliver poignant messages. If you want to send someone a silly message, the owls will not take it. These are magic owls. This is the magical forest. Okay, so it says in the book here, if you want to send a silly message to someone, ask a crow. So I just feel like there's probably been a lot of texts, a lot of messages, because this is, you know, spells is fire. Fire is also electricity, and since we have communication and electricity here, I just feel, you know, this is electronic communication, whether it's a phone call or texts or messages or emails or whatever. It's been a lot of back and forth, and it's been about, it's not about silly stuff. Okay, you guys have been probably talking about what the heck happened, or arguing even, because of the fire energy. Yeah, this is a breakup, I think. This is what is at the root of everything, and this is the King of Boons. Okay, so the Boons is earth energy. It's you, Capricorn, with Virgo and Taurus, and that's what this is. This is the Keeper of Boons, is the King of Coins. So this is somebody who's in a mature masculine energy. Now let me explain the mature thing. You can be emotionally mature and have a younger body, and it's still you, or you can be an actually physically mature person, right? Okay. The thing about this guy here, I don't know, this could be your energy because it's boons, or this could be the person that you were involved with. But this person, let me just get the shadow trait. This is the king. So he's got shadow traits in here. And I believe, yep, it's, just read it here. It says, overbearing, bulldozes through objections, takes charge unasked, and judges how you spend money. So you know who this is just from me saying that. Was this you? Or was this them? Was this both of you? Either way, this person was your person. You saw them like this at one point, generous, kind, happy, loving. But this was the actual energy, that this is the root of this breakup, was this judgment. This person being overbearing, taking over things. When people take over things for you, it's because they don't have faith in your abilities. And we all know that on a subconscious level. Now, the energy that you've got in your recent past but is now moving out of your life at this time is the oldest one. This is the Hierophant. He is the 5. He is change. Okay, so this is the oldest one, is the oldest tree in this enchanted forest. This is the first tree that created this forest, so it knows everything. It has seen everything that ever went on in this enchanted forest. Just a little explanation of what this picture is, but that's not what I feel. I feel this is marriage, because the Hierophant represents marriage. He represents that kind of tradition and institution. It's yeah, marriage. I think that you were married, and so here's the big old change too. The 5. The 5 is the number of change. So this marriage that you thought was very deeply rooted. I mean, look at him. He's like in a cave. He's got roots. He's got crystals around here, but here's roots. You know, you put down roots with this person. You spent a lot of time with this person. This person was with you for a long time, like this oldest one was like the first one in the forest. Maybe this was your first spouse. Maybe this person has known you since you were a child. And that's why it has these, they have this quality of the oldest one, where they were there from the beginning and saw everything. And you put down roots with them. You thought they were solid. You thought they were in the solid earth energy that you are made of. Not made of, but embody. Okay? So the shadow is what destroyed it. It's in the reverse. This is the shadow. Now, the next 2 cards for me as a reader are future cards, and this is going to manifest. This is not going to flip unless they both flip. I'll start with this one. Okay, you'll see that this is reversed and it's upside down. So that's what I mean when I'm saying it'll flip. When you have a card like this in this particular deck that doesn't have a reversed meaning, and I read the way a deck is presented, there's a lot of energy that goes into a deck, right? So this is what this represents, is this particular energy of this card just beginning to manifest now. And what do I mean by that? It's just coming into being. This is this energy at its full power. This is it just beginning to build momentum. This is the 4 of visions. This is Cups energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, which is emotion and intuition. This is love, though. This is this. I mean, this is exactly what this looks like. There's magic and beauty all around this person, but they can't see it right now because they're just sad, bored, or brokenhearted. The Four of Cups is when you are just sitting there and you don't even see this cup that the universe is trying to hand you because you're just so apathetic. You don't see the beauty or the magic in anything right now, and it doesn't matter that you're surrounded by this bounty and the majesty of creation itself. See, this spirit wants us to be grateful for everything. And everybody gets to this feeling every now and then. Everybody does. But um, this is one of the things that I recommend, that you look around at your surroundings. He's not, I mean, his clothes, he's got good clothes, so he's not, obviously not one of those homeless boys that is dumped in the forest that this deck will have sometimes. He's good. Okay, he doesn't look like he's undernourished or anything. He's surrounded by goodness and joy. Like, his life is good except for like one thing, that he is just so, he's bored. He's bored and he is just doesn't feel like doing anything. It's like depression, kind of. It's not a full-on depression. It's a passing energy, but it's understandable when you're going through a breakup that yes, it's a blessing to be a part of creation, to be alive. But sometimes when your heart is just, this is how we feel. So don't feel too bad when this card flips, or, maybe it won't. Maybe you'll be able to avoid this. You might start feeling this energy coming on. But here's the thing. This is the Two of Cups. And it's in the reverse. So, Capricorn, this is love in the minor arcana. And this is love in the major arcana. If you had possibly not had all this stuff here, okay, this in the past, this card for marriage in the past, this guy in the reverse, and this as well, that I'll get to in a second. It's just, I don't have hope that this is something that's going to turn out. This relationship is over. So this is the relationship. I feel a lot like these, well, actually, no, I'm not going to say that. This is soulmate. This is twin flame stuff. Okay. Now, this could be like a best friend, maybe somebody that's been with you for a long time, but I just feel like this is love. And it looks like it's over. I'm sorry, Capricorn. However, I just, sometimes things end because there's something better for you. Well, let's see what else is going on here. All right, so this is your hope. Oh, goodness, Capricorn. So you'll see that this card is upside down, and this is the Five of Spells, which is the Five of Wands, and this is my Practice Makes Perfect card. This is some young magicians learning how to turn themselves and others into frogs and back. And what this is a lot like the Five of Wands. I'll say it's like, it's a It's a conflict, but nobody really has a beef because they're just sparring. Okay, that can be an energy of the Five of Wands, Five of Spells here. But it is kind of chaotic. And you'll see here, you know, I mean, why is he like that? He's like, you know, because it takes mistakes to finally become good at what you're doing. And look at this guy. Maybe you've already learned. So look at him. This guy is already a frog, and it looks like he's waiting his turn. He looks really bored and apathetic, doesn't he? Maybe you're going to learn this. Maybe you're going to realize that it's over. See that? It's the exact same hand sitting under a tree. Magic all around him. And he's bored. Because he's sad. Now, you're hoping that this will manifest. You're hoping that all this arguing, this talking perhaps, all this going back and forth is going to, boom, be constructive, get you somewhere, just like sparring does. Like practice makes perfect, right? But I don't know if that's I don't think that is going to help, because this is your current situation here. Now this is the Seeker of Visions, the Knight of Cups. This is the person who offers their cup of love and or an apology. There's no cup of love, there's no apology. Currently. This is your current state of being. And since this is a knight, it also has a shadow trait, which I will now look up and read to you. Let's see what else we can get from this guy. This Prince Charming. In the reverse, the shadow traits, oh, that's right, okay, so he's a seducer, doesn't commit in relationships. An unrealistic understanding of love, prone to flights of quixotic fantasy, which is extremely idealistic ideas, not grounded in reality. This is somebody, they're very seductive, but they don't commit because they don't really understand love in a realistic way. Basically, they see it like fantasy. It's quixotic is extremely idealistic, and so that is not a grounded person. This person should be grounded, but they're in the reverse, so they're not. Whether this is you or not. No apology, no offer of love, no commitment. No commitment. Gosh, Capricorn, I'm sorry. You know, when I was feeling a little weepy today, and I think I'm just picking up on your energy. Virgo's reading was also very sad. So this is your fear. This is the Four of Boons, which is the Four of Pentacles, which is the miser energy. Someone holding back. Someone holding back for no good reason. These are the ogre wives, the wives of the ogres. And in this particular forest, the ogres are evil. They're not like Shrek. You know, they will eat you. Now, these are their wives, and they've made all these pies, and they've set up in the forest so that they could sell their pies, but whenever anybody tries to buy one, they scold them and send them away. They don't just tell them to go away, they scold them. Now, notice how she doesn't have any money in her bag, and it's silly to make all these pies. and not sell them. They just can't bring themselves to part with them. Why? Can they eat all these pies? No, probably not. They're probably all going to go bad by the end of the day, or at least in a day or two. Then they don't make any money to make more pies. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. So I feel like this is what you're afraid of, because this is also holding back your heart, holding back your love, holding back from making sense. This person is in their shadow energy. And your fear here is that they're going to stay in it and be this type of unreasonable. But they are. They're not grounded. They don't understand enough. They're that word, quixotic. It's just an extreme idealism, which is a lot of what is expressed here. What are they even thinking? They're not grounded in reality. And so, Capricorn, you're going to have to take on Leo's energy here and be strong. You're going to have to make peace with this situation. This is Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, now to me, this is Rose, Snow White and Rose Red. There's a whole other story that isn't like the Snow White that we think, that has this dark hair and stuff. This is Snow White, and this is Rose Red. And there's a fairy tale about them, but when I see this, I see Red Riding Hood. It's like there's something here that's connecting this. Like this is you. And they're so different from you. This white can be like frost or cold, or wanting everything to be so unrealistic. And here, she's taken off her cloak, and she's got white on underneath, like she is both of these people, that she doesn't need to be one or the other, and she's made peace with the scary things in her life. This is Little Red Riding Hood. She's not a kid anymore. She's old now. Look at her. And does that wolf look like he's about to eat her? No. They've made friends. The story behind this card is that the wolf decided not to eat her grandmother, so then she decided not to try to kill him, and they became good friends. So I think I don't know if you're going to end up good friends with this person because of their energy is so negative and so unrealistic. But that's what I feel from this, is that I think that you're going to have to be strong enough. I mean, you don't have to do anything, but to get past this, be strong enough to make peace with this situation that could really have killed you. And this whole thing with the taking off the red cloak and having the white on underneath is like you don't need another person to complete you in the first place. Now here's the underlying energy of this whole read here, is that this person was not your real soul family. This is not who you belong with. You may have thought you did. This is the Ten of Boons, is the Ten of Coins. Now, the Ten of Coins or Pentacles in other decks is about your family, the ones that you come from, that you inherit your DNA or money from. But in this particular deck, this is more like the Ten of Cups in the other decks. This is your soul family, the family that you choose. And because you're Earth, that makes even more sense. This is where you're like, the story behind this card is, The story behind this is that you're trudging through the enchanted forest and it's snowing and it's cold and you come across this house and you knock on the door and there's all these friendly people and they're from different places and they, you know, they get along, they're having a lot of fun. Look at, they're smiling. And then they say, also what they don't know is that this huge dog is just about to stand up, and when he does that, he's going to knock everything over on the table, and it's going to be funny, and everybody will laugh. There's people dancing, and these happy people, this is where you belong. But this person wasn't part of that. And this Four of Swords underneath it, it says like you never got any rest, you never had any peace of mind with this person. All right, now let's go ahead and get some earth magic cards here. Close out your reading. Please don't forget to like or comment share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Oh, okay, this one fell, so I have a feeling that it's for you. Let's see if we can get one or two more of these. Green Man, Cernunnos, Father Nature, thank you so much. Wow. Don't even have to really say anything. Ugh. Okay. Oh, again? Wow. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, well, so Virgo just got this card as well. There's a few cards in here that Virgo got. Yeah, new beginnings. Yeah. And ebb and flow. This is talking about, you know, things change. Things begin and they end. And I think this kind of looks, in the last reading, there was like a storm going on with the island, and it was all dark and everything, and I just felt like the sun was coming up. This is the morning after this big storm. And then here we have dawn. So I just feel like, yeah, this is going to feel like a tremendous storm. This is going to be, bring you sadness. You're going to be strong to get through it, because there is some volatility going on here. That the fire right here, the fire that you have is the Eight of Spells and the Five of Spells. You're hoping that all of this arguing and talking about what went wrong is going to be constructive, but I don't think so. It's just, it's volatility that when you have this kind of, all this negative energy, Capricorn, it's just not good for you anymore. If you have to be strong, that's a huge sign. Let's go ahead and start reading these. Let's go alphabetically. So let's start with Dawn. Okay. The start of the day brings with it reassurance that the night is past. That's exactly what I was saying. Right, of course. Well, of course, but making way for new opportunities, no matter what has come before. It reminds us of the predictability of the daily cycles. That first light that forecasts the sun's appearance awakens the winged ones who sing and chirp happily at the advent of another morning. It's a time of fresh beginnings from which we can create whatever kind of experience we desire. In this image, we see the rays of the sun stretching into the valley while the sun itself peeks around the corner, as if it had set its course to proceed around the bend in the river, which appears relatively still from its rest during the night. This scene exemplifies renewal and new beginnings. When you witness the initial stages of dawn without the benefit of a clock or other timepiece, for a while you may not be able to discern whether the sky is really lightening. The stars remain visible, the shadows of the night still shape the landscape. It is that way with any beginning. It is difficult to tell where the old ends and the new begins. Gradually, however, it becomes clear to your senses that the light is definitely increasing, and as you continue to observe, the world slowly wakes up, accompanied by all the sounds, smells, and freshness associated with it. Soon the first glimmer of the sun shows. A new day has begun. It is a time to say farewell to the old and honor the new by releasing any self-imposed constraints or resistance to the truth that you know. This is your chance to develop that project you have been thinking about, embark on that adventure you have dreamed of going on, and take risks in initiating what your intuitive self has been telling you to do. As this prospect becomes increasingly visible and real, doubts and uncertainties may arise. But rest assured, just as dawn inevitably turns into day, by heeding your inner guidance, you will succeed. Yep. Okay, so ocean is going to be a lot like that because I just read it. Okay. Ebb and flow. The ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in endless and varied patterns, just as they have been doing for millions of years and will continue to do for millions more. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability, unless other unforeseeable forces of nature intervene, which have been known to happen. Hurricanes and earthquakes, for instance, can have a dramatic effect on the characteristics of both the tides and the waves. The oceans cover 70% of the earth, and the human body averages a composition of 70% water. The dynamic gravitational interaction of the sun and moon that moves these massive bodies of water and creates the shifting tides also affects our human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctually, often having a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. Okay, so the rest of this, the divination part, is an important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions, then you have a greater sense of when and how to express them. You have been fighting the ebb and flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow, by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it as if it were a nursing child, or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. Okay, so, you know, all this talk about the sun as well. This is Leo's card, and Leo is ruled by the sun. And this is making peace with that which has frightened you, which could kill you. Okay, this is not kill you like literally though. I mean literally this wolf could have eaten her up, but um, the strength to bring the sun back out in your life. That's what I'm feeling a lot here now with all this mention of the sun coming out and the Leo energy that you have here. And also this make peace. Don't fight this. Don't fight this. Just pay attention to your emotions because they will help you heal quicker that way. They will help you understand the lesson in having gone through this relationship as well. Okay. Now, this is Pele, the Hawaiian goddess. Volcano volatility. Pele is the goddess who lives in the big island of Hawaii, dwelling there in the craters of the active volcano Kilauea. She's considered passionate, volatile, and capricious, and is perhaps the best known of the panoply of Hawaiian deities. Since 1983, she has been sending ribbons of lava down the mountainside and into the sea, thereby creating new land. In this image, we see her subtle visage, the spewing fire of the volcano. In ancient Hawaiian chants, Pele is described as she who shapes the sacred land. And it's from this magnificent and powerful goddess being and her periodic eruptions that new earth is formed as the resulting lava merges with her sister, the goddess of the sea, Na Maka'o Ka'ai. Namaka o Kahai. Hokai. Okay, the volatile and unpredictable nature of volcanic eruptions is widely known, and in spite of science's efforts at forecasting these blow-ups, they sometimes happen without warning. When the eruptions are slow and steady or violent and explosive, it's an unstoppable force and one very dramatic way nature changes and shapes the land. Here's the divination part. This is a particularly volatile time for you. Unexpected changes, sometimes quite sudden and dramatic, are occurring in ways that you have absolutely no control over. These occurrences may be so powerful as to shake up what you formerly thought of as the foundations of your security. Oh, the roots. They may even cause you to reassess the direction your life is taking, to question some of your relationships, or to reevaluate the work you have chosen. Although these events may rock your world, know that spirit is the guiding force behind them. It is a matter of finding your trust that life knows what it is doing in the midst of these storms of change. It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and to not cling to what was, but instead move forward and welcome with your arms wide open what is yet to come, all from a place of being present in this moment. You truly have nothing to fear. Wow. Well, I'm sorry that you're going through this pain right now, Capricorn. Big hugs to you all. It sounds pretty much like you don't have a lot of control here, but I gauge the amount of control you have by the amount of major arcana to minor. You have 3. You have the oldest one, you have the lovers, and you've got strength. Okay? So when I have major arcana, this is soul work. Okay? It is part of your soul work for this to end. the universe realizes how you felt about this person, how much time and effort you have spent with this person. However, this is something for you to learn from. And I just feel like this strength you can muster to make peace with what has happened, to accept it, to allow it to this negativity to leave your life, so that you can find your true soulmate, your true soul family, and bring the sun back into your life. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. And I feel like it starts here. All right, so there you go, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed your reading. See you next time.